Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Cruise News, where I try to give you the latest information and news in the cruise industry in the least amount of time. Today, in this video, I'm going to try to do it in 2 minutes. So let's put the timer on the clock and get started. So this week's focus is going to be cutbacks because a lot of people are complaining across all of the different cruises. I'm reading in Facebook groups, different news forums, different Reddit posts, everywhere. People are saying that they're seeing lots of different cutbacks when it comes to the main dining room and the buffet. Not only the quality, which is something that a lot of people have seen post-COVID, right? The main dining room suffered when it comes to the quality of the food. That's what all the old school cruisers are saying anyway. But now that there are going to be extra charges if you wanted to get an extra lobster tail on that last formal night, or if you'd like to get a filet mignon, an extra one, you're gonna get charged more money in the main dining room when you get it. It started off with being just the charges for the extra lobster tails. The cruise liners are complaining, saying that the lobster, just in general, the prices of everything is up, and the lobsters are going to cost extra. So if you wanted to get an extra lobster tail, you're going to have to pay like between $11 and $17, depending on the cruise line. That's what I've seen. But now there are also extra charges for basically a second plate. So anything that's really good, like a filet mignon, etc., they're saying that a lot of different cruise liners are charging you now extra for it. There are tons of folks talking about the buffet also having a lot of cutbacks. Apparently not a lot of people are using the buffets, so because of that they're cutting back the amount of food that is available at the buffet. So there's going to be less options is what people are saying when they're walking into the buffets nowadays. Another thing that was cut back is the room service. That is no longer free. You used to be able to get room service. Well, you used to be able to get food delivered right to your room pretty much anytime. I think up to like 2 a.m. in most places. No more. That's not going to be a free option. You're going to have to pay for room service now. That is another thing that was changed very recently on cruises. Next, I want to report on something that's not a fact. It's a speculation, but a lot of people are getting basically surveys from a lot of different cruise lines, depending on which one, but they're getting surveys talking about how they feel about having less cruise ports or cutbacks to cruise ports and how much they're willing to pay for cruises. So in general, it seems like the cruise lines are kind of feeling people out to see how much they can increase the prices and what their limits are. And it seems like they're also talking about having less cruise ports or maybe having a less variety of cruise ports. Maybe that's another cutback that's coming. I don't know. That's something that's definitely not a fact, but a lot of people are talking about it on the forums. So I wanted to get your attention there. Have you seen a survey from any cruise line talking about that? Let me know down below. And the latest news hot off the press, a lot of people in the Royal Caribbean and other cruise liners are talking about how their rooms are no longer getting cleaned twice a day as part of your cruise package. That's something that used to be a given in the past, or maybe is still in some cruise lines. You get your room usually cleaned twice a day, once in the morning or afternoon, and then once again at night for a turn down service. Well, that is no longer going to be the case. It looks like you're now going to have to choose whether you want your room cleaned in the morning or afternoon or at night as part of your regular cruise package. It was something that was a given. It is something that's not going to be given anymore, it seems like. How do you feel about that? Let me know down below. I'm kind of in the middle about it, to be honest. I mean, it gets cleaned once a day. Twice maybe is a little much, but it was a nice thing that was part, of the package. Some people don't like it, some people do. I'd love to hear what you think about it down below. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our cruise news for the week. Tune in next week to see if I can actually make that 2-minute window. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you then.